Imagine waking up one morning and your whole life as you know it is changed. People are running and screaming to refuge, and it takes you a minute to comprehend what's going on. On December 7th, 1941, this happened at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii as the Japanese attacked the United States. This day would go down in infamy more than others, as Roosevelt said. President Roosevelt's infamy speech is important as it shows the background of who he is, why he wrote the speech, and how it bettered our nation as a whole. America had never seen a president get reelected and serve 4 terms until FDR. He would be a president that would change the country forever. FDR was born into a wealthy family in Hyde Park, New York. He studied law at Columbia University, but later decided to run for Senate, but lost. After the stock market crash of 1929, FDR decided to run for president. By calling for government intervention in the economy to provide relief, recovery, and reform. He became the 32nd President of the United States. In 1921, FDR was stricken with polio, so he spent most of his life in a wheelchair. He was really upset about this and refused to accept the fact that this was happening to him. He tried many therapists but never regained the use of his legs. Within his first 100 days, after taking office, FDR called for a New Deal, according to History.com. This proposed sweeping economic reforms to address the Great Depression. So during FDR's presidency, he led the United States through the Great Depression, World War II, and then he also expanded the powers of the federal government by creating the New Deal. Roosevelt's presidency had been going strong for a very long time. He had intended on keeping peace with all the countries, including Japan, but one afternoon he got a call that he hadn't expected to receive. That morning, an event known as Pearl Harbor happened. The United States was attacked by naval and air forces. The Empire of Japan was at Pearl Harbor when they attacked. Pearl Harbor is a naval base near Honolulu in Hawaii. That morning, nearly 3,000 Americans died in the attack, including the civilians that lived in Hawaii. Another 1,000 were wounded, and many ships were ruined. The day after the assault, President Roosevelt delivered his famous infamy speech. This speech was delivered in the U.S. House of Representatives to the U.S. Congress. In this speech, FDR goes over the day's events and what the result is going to be. FDR asked Congress to declare war on Japan. He had been wanting for there to be peace between all the countries, but with something like this happening, there was no going back. They accepted, and for the first time, the American people were united in their determination to go to war. America then entered World War II. After Pearl Harbor, Roosevelt worked hard to get the people to not feel as if they were under attack, but to stand together. According to Smithsonian Magazine, FDR's speech urged the American people to support the war effort. His speech also eased people's minds about being attacked so viciously, and made it clear that America would not stand for it. This helped people to better understand how to respond to attacks in the country. This attack was a hard thing for a president to handle with the whole nation watching, and he did a great job of responding. Roosevelt's infamy speech is one of the most famous speeches in American history. It was extremely important for a president to respond to such a terrible attack on the U.S. A lot of people think that he did a great job of sending them comfort, but also helping them know that something had to be done. His speech showed a background of himself, an explanation of why he was delivering the speech, and how it helped better the nation. He had become one of the most important presidents to ever serve in American history.